Hey guys, Dee Williams here. Today we are going to be talking about staffing agency website branding. So I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm doing this training live, where typically this would be a pre-recorded training, but we're coming into the new year. And one of the goals that I have for my community of staffingpreneurs is that we get into the spirit of training and coaching and guiding others on their journeys. Y'all know I do that all the time through my courses. And today we are going to just go through this. Like I have a presentation set up for you. So I can't guarantee you how long this is going to be. I would just encourage you to just sit back, relax, learn something. Some of you, if you've already gone through my community, have seen this content before because we teach it in our staffing setup class. And so, yeah, so if you're here, I would love to know where you are chiming in from. I would love to know what your niche is. I would love to know what your name is, and all of that great stuff. If you are watching on YouTube, subscribe. We're trying to get to 15,000. I think we're really close. We're about to give you some very valuable information. So make sure you like it and comment under the bottom. Also, if you are on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, I really appreciate y'all. Just chime in. Hey, Dr. Cleveland, how are you feeling today? Hey, Floed, it's good to see you. So we're going to just dive into some training. Again, today we are talking about what your brand needs in regards to building out the website, right? Not just the website, but just all the things that your brand needs when you're talking about getting your business off the ground. So I actually have a presentation for you all here because I want to make sure I keep all my notes. So let me see if this thing will work exactly the way I want it to. Let's see if it'll swap. Let's see if it'll swap again. I'm going to try. So I have like 1,000 different, what do you call those things? I'm just going to do this the old fashioned way. Put it up here. Forget it. Okay. Because I don't got time to be sitting around and waiting. Let me put my other camera over here. If y'all love some good training, put a one in the box. Hey, Rosalind. Nice to see you. Oh, man. Good stuff. Lots of great comments. Look at all these great comments. Hey, Rosalind. Hey, superstars. As always, it's me, Ebony, back from Vegas. Yes, Ebony, you about to get some real nuggets. Hey, chiming in from Detroit. I love it. All right, we're about to get some action going. We got folks in here from Oklahoma City, one of my favorite places. I'm so glad to see y'all. All right, let's dive in because y'all know how I am. I'm ready to get things going. So, with this, let's talk about your staffing business brands. Okay. So, your brand is super important, okay, when you're looking to connect with your customers. And I'm going to really just kind of speak in my own language here. I come across a lot of people who say to me, Dee, I'm starting a staffing business. I already have my legalization. I already have my website. I'm looking to get out there and do things. And I say, great, let's talk about your brand. Let's talk about your website. What type of, tell me what you got going on. And one of the reasons why they're reaching out to me is because they haven't really thought through how their brand is going to be an asset to the growth of their business, right? Because if you're calling me and you're asking me, how do I get clients? And you already have your website, then I'm really going to be looking at you kind of side-eye because I'm going to be saying like, what type of strategies did you put together to implement? So we're going to talk about that today. Because the reality is that a website should not be just something with static information that's very dated and played out. Your website should definitely have goals. And my question to you today is, does your brand, does your website, does your brand, your overall brand, the brand for your business, does it have goals? Now, you might be saying, Dee, what type of goals could my brand have? Okay, I'm going to put them all out there. Your brand should have goals to generate awareness. Your brand should have goals to keep visitors engaged. Your brand should have goals to make visitors share what they're experiencing. Your brand should have goals to generate leads, and your brand should have goals to complete sales. Now, if your website or your brand strategy doesn't include at a minimum these things, then I think you really want to go back and start thinking about how your brand is going to bring value to this industry. And I'm not just speaking about the industry of recruitment and staffing. I'm talking about the industry that you're supporting with your niche recruitment and staffing business. And if you're watching this and you don't have a staffing business and you're like, but I'm still gaining value from this video, then you should be thinking about the clients that and the industry, the clients that you're supporting in the industry that you're working with. All right. So your brand should have goals. Now, does your website generate awareness? Does it keep visitors engaged? Does it make visitors share what they're experiencing? Does it generate leads? And does it complete sales? So let's talk about all the items that your brand needs as a whole. So when you are in your setup phase of your business and you're saying, okay, I'm getting ready to launch my business. I want to start putting my brand package together. Like, what are some of the things that I need? And I'm going to tell you, the only thing that's missing on here is your logo, which is coming up in a minute. But hey, Jackie, but you need your website, your logo, your email marketing emails. You need your business cards, your stationery, your sell sheet, your pricing sheet, whatever type of badging system that you have for the employees that you have going on, your social media covers and your social media cover graphics and your social media posts. So if you don't have all of these things, these are all the brand items that you need to really be able to put your business out there as a business, right? Especially as a niche recruitment and staffing business. So let's talk about what you need to gather in order to bring this brand to life. Now, some of these things may make a lot of sense to you, but I promise you there are people out here that are doing some crazy things, okay? So you definitely want to have a business name, a business address, a business phone, and a business email. You absolutely need a business address, okay? And not your home address. When you legalize your business, it becomes public information. You do not want people showing up at your doorstep. So you definitely want to have a legal business name, a legal business address, and a business phone number, one you can tie to 411 directory, so that when you're ready to get your DUNS number and you want to get registered with the government knows that you're real, okay? So a business phone number, and then you're also going to want to have a business email. Now, I see a lot of people throwing in their Gmail, like your business name at gmail.com. You do need that email address, but you want to utilize that email address for like your social media accounts when you're creating your social media accounts. But for the website, you're going to want to have your business info at yourcompanyname.com, not your first name. You don't want everybody, you're the CEO of the company. Everybody don't need to have your personal email, but you want like a catch-all email for your account. You're going to want to have your social media accounts created. And based on your market, it's going to define which accounts you want to have created. Now, if some people say like create an account on all social networks for search engine optimization. Some of them will just be rollover content and you're going to focus on one or two main platforms. Whatever makes you happy. But what I will tell you is that you want to start creating your social media accounts now, because you're going to be utilizing them for the website and the stationery and all of that stuff. Okay. Oh, I should have put on here QR codes. You definitely need QR codes. I'll add that to my list. Don't forget your GoDaddy domain. And I use GoDaddy, so you can use whoever you like, but we use GoDaddy and we use the WordPress managed hosting, because you need a domain and hosting so the world can see your website. You should have a canva.com account, which you're going to utilize for your social media posts, as well as for your badging, as well as to store and create your pricing and your sales sheet. So you're going to definitely need your Canva account, and you're going to actually need a pro account. I'm going to just say a pro account, so you'll be able to do all of that. You're going to need your Calendly account so that you can put your link for people to schedule interviews and employers to schedule appointments on your calendar. So, hey, so you're going to also need your Calendly account. You're going to need an email marketing account, especially if you're going to have people coming to your website and you're going to be capturing their email addresses. You're going to need an email marketing platform like we use Active Campaign and Staffingpreneurs Academy. That's our core email marketing platform, but some people might use Convert a Kit. Some people might use Aweber. Some people might use MailChimp. That's what we call our post email marketing platform. You're going to need that 100% for sure. New York in the house. You are also going to need a Zapier account if you are going to try to automate some of your tasks, especially with some of the activity that's going to be happening on your website. So if you're not familiar with Zapier, I would encourage you to get familiar because it's something that every entrepreneur should have up, active, and so forth. You're going to need a stock photo account. Now, there are a lot of websites out there that provide free stock photos, and I think those are really cool. I always like to have my own stock photo account like iStock or Adobe stock photos. They're a little bit more expensive. You're going to pay for them, but you may end up with pictures that maybe other websites don't have, or you just might end up with, I just feel like it's a better quality with the ones you pay for. I could be totally wrong, but I'm just saying, I think it's a better quality. So, and I like to know that I purchased this. So if they ever come back for me and say, you stole this graphic, I can say, no, I actually have an account. I purchased this graphic and it belongs to me. And by the way, you can only use stock photos or photos that you have personally or professionally taken, because you don't want to just go to Google and pull a photo because it could be somebody else's proprietary information. You don't want to feel the legality of that when you're just starting your brand new business. Okay. You're going to want to have your applicant tracking system account, your ATS account. So your applicant tracking system account. You're going to want to have a secure storage account like a Dropbox, Google Drive, or AWS. And then you're going to want to purchase all the legal policies that are required to go onto your website. This is one thing that I've noticed. A lot of people do not have any compliance type policies on their website. You are out of compliance if you don't have your legal policies up. I hope you all are doing a checklist to see if your website actually covers all of these things, or if you have all of these things in play, and to figure out what you're missing. Okay, really, really, really important. So let's start with what you're going to need with to build out this brand. So you're going to start off with your logo design. Okay. Most people say, okay, D, I already know this, but I disagree. I don't think most people know this truly, because when they come to me with designs that are halfway done, I always have to go back and say, hey, did you get this or did you get that? So once you have your logo actually designed, you have the logo that you want, you're in love with this logo, you need a logo with a tagline. Now, a lot of people say, D, what's a tagline? I can just tell you a tagline is something that represents your business and what it does and what it stands for. So like McDonald's is, I'm loving it, right? Nike is, what's Nike's tagline? Just do it. I think that's Nike's tagline. Y'all help me. Like, those are taglines. You want a company tagline. So you want to have a business name and a tagline. Now listen, for my staffingpreneurs who are starting staffing businesses, I would suggest that you not put staffing in your business name. I don't care what another instructor or coach tells you. Do not put staffing in your business name. You can have a staffing business without the word staffing being in your business name. Sometimes people don't feel comfortable talking to staffing agencies, and you really put yourself in a position to get the door slammed on you immediately. Like, you know, when you're picking up the phone or when you're sending that email, you can really reduce that by just not putting staffing in your name. I mean, Apple, I say this all the time, but Apple means Apple, but it's also a type of computer company. It has nothing to do with computers, but we know it as a computer company as well as a piece of fruit. So you don't have to have staffing in your name, but you do want to have a tagline, and you do want to get your logo back with and without your tagline. So one logo, you want your logo to be in 3 phases. You want it to be an icon version. So you need the icon of your logo. I'm just going to highlight this and make this one the first one. So you want the icon. If you have an icon to your logo, then you want to make sure that that is there first. Okay. Then you want that icon in color, black and white. Why? because color is the normal color of your logo, kind of similar to this one. But black, sometimes you're going to want to put things on something that's white. Like, for example, I don't know if y'all can see this, but in my office, it's kind of junky in here, but you see how the text on the wall, this is inside my office, is black, right? You want to have a portion of your logo that is all black so that you can put it on light colored things, whether that be on like t-shirts and different things like that, or whether it's on the website, or whether it's on a bag. You want that version. And the same thing with white. Sometimes your website might have a dark page, or you need to put the white version of your logo on something that's dark. So you want to have the color version, the white version, and the black version. And most people only just get the color version and that's it. But you want to get from your designer all three, and you want to get the icon only. You want to get the logo with the icon, no tagline, and with the icon, with the tagline, and all three colors. So you're going to have a lot of different versions of your logo. I hope that made sense. Okay. The color versions you want to get in CMYK and RGB. And believe it or not, they make a difference when you're trying to print, like on your mugs or on your shirts and different things like that. Companies will ask you for different formats of the color. So just get that up front when you're getting your logo design created. And then when they give it to you, you want to make sure that you get it in a JPEG format, a PNG format, a SVG format, a PDF format. Let me make this pretty the way it's supposed to be. And a .ai and .eps format. These are your vector files, which you're going to use when you're doing printing with the logo as well. So all of these are like your basics, right? Your basics and what you want to do in regards to your logo. Once you've got all of these things together in your logo, you got your nice little zip file, or on your desktop, you got your logos and all of these different formats and colors, and with the tagline and with the tagline and the icon only and all of that great stuff. Then we want to go and we want to be able to add it to some of the other things that we have going on. So now we're going to talk about the website content that needs to be created and the branded content that needs to be created. Because many of you believe like, oh, I want to get a website done. And then you just give it to a developer, not understanding that there's lots of content that has to be created. And you really should be at the forefront of that content. Hey, coming in from Irvington, New Jersey. So glad to have you. Steve, that is. So you are responsible for this content, and I want you to be responsible for the content. So let's dive in to just the website content initially. So you have, just at a basic level on your website, your home page, your About Us page, your employers page, your request staff page, your candidates page, your view jobs page, your contact us page, your privacy policy page, your cookies policy page, and your terms of service page. Those are your basic pages on your website. That doesn't include your blog and your this and your that, your resources and all of that. No, these are just your basic pages. When you're on your home page, you should be thinking about, is this website going to be geared towards my clients, geared towards my candidates, or geared towards both? If you have a very strong, heavy market on the candidate side, maybe you want to gear towards the clients. Vice versa, maybe you want to gear towards the candidates. Your About Us page should be telling your candidates and your clients everything they need to know about you in order for them to feel comfortable in knowing that you are the partner that they want to partner with. So it should talk about who you are, what you do, what your mission, your company's mission, your company's vision, your company's purpose, your company's values. You can put the job postings on that page, what type of culture your company provides, what type of benefits your company provides, everything that an employee, a potential employee or partner would like to know about your organization. Your employers page should tell your employers everything they need to know about your organization, as well as your services, the services that you offer them. I also encourage you to provide any type of digital assets that they may be able to download so that you can give them more value and create more trust with them. That's a great place to put it on the employers page. The next page which can actually go under the employers page, kind of like this, kind of like a sub page, is your request staff page. And your request staff page, listen, I'm going to tell y'all, don't use your contact us page for things specific like an employer requesting staff. Give them their own page so that you can have that strong search engine optimization, right? So you want to go ahead and have a request staff page where there is an actual page there, so where they can request. So like, for example, this is one of the websites that we've done recently, and I hope that she doesn't mind. But like, this is one of my clients. Oh, wait, let me pull the screen up. This is one of my clients' websites that we've done. And this is a great example of how she is really tapping in. This is OR Room Healthcare. Very, very beautiful site that we developed for one of the staffingpreneurs. And as you can see, she's got tons of call to actions, which I haven't even gotten into. But I wanted to show you the request staff page at the top. If you go to her request staff page, she has a full form where the employer can fill things out. And so she has a very good understanding of who the employer is, what they're potentially looking for. She's basically taking the job order right there on the website. And that's where you want it to be. You don't want it to be on your contact us page. You want to give your employer a true page to see. Also, when we go into, and I'm going to use her again because she's got really great content. For the candidates page, you're going to talk to your candidates about the things that is most important to them. Same thing with your employers. Talk to them about their problems. Talk to them about their challenges. Let them know about your products and services. Provide some type of digital asset for them so that they can understand the value that you bring. And then you give them a view jobs page. You give them their own separate view jobs page. That way they can have, again, search engine optimization, but you can see all the jobs right there on the view jobs page. And they can literally just go in and click on the job and see everything that's there. And then they can go in and apply and put their information on there. Not just that, on your view jobs page, you should have a button where they can go in and submit their resume for general consideration in the event that there is not a specific role on the website that's there listed for them. So I just wanted to just give you a small example of how you can see it. Like I said, I love OR Room's website. I love the work that we did on the site. And I'll show you some examples of some other sites that we did in just a minute, but I wanted to give you that example there. Next, you want to have your contact us page. So, for example, I'm going to do Anchor 365 because I love their site as well. So here's another website that we recently completed. This is Anchor 365, another healthcare staffing. We do one in healthcare staffing. We just had a lot of people who came in recently for that. But if you go to the contact us page, you see it's very simple: phone, email, address, a contact form, and your social buttons. That's all you really need. Why? Because your candidates are coming in under the view jobs page. You want your candidates actually submitting their resume or actually applying to a specific job, and you want the employers to go in and to request the staff that they need on the form. You do not want them to do that through the contact us page. You want to keep that contact us page for kind of overflow things. Your candidates should be going to the view jobs page so that they can go directly into your ATS. Why do you want them into your ATS? Because how else are you going to keep track of the candidates that are coming in? So the moment that they apply for a job and they go in and upload their resume and all of that great stuff, then bam, there they are. They're in the back of your applicant tracking system, and you can start the conversation with them. But again, beautiful, beautiful websites, as you can see, that we are doing over here. Helping our staffingpreneurs really, really, really get their brand up and to make sure that their brand is strong. Look at that beautifulness right there. She's going to kick my booty. That's one of our staffingpreneurs doing up, and she's killing it right now, y'all. I'm telling y'all, give her some love because she is killing it. I mean, I just got another text message from her talking about another contract she just landed. I think she's on 8 contracts now, like crazy. Okay. Then you also want to add your policies. Now, this is where people like don't really realize that they need to have policies on their website. Let's go back to Anchor 365. There's this at the bottom is the privacy policy. You have to have a privacy policy on your website. If you don't have a privacy policy, you are really illegally not compliant. Also, a cookies policy. You may not know what it is, but I'm going to tell you now. When you start using Facebook and Google Analytics and the Facebook, what do you call it thing, where you're using the business part of it on the back end, and you got to put the little code on the website so you can see. Same thing with LinkedIn, same thing with Twitter. All of these things, they're legalities that go along with them, and those legalities require you to make sure you have it on your website. And when you go through our class, we tell you exactly where to get the legal policy so that you can make sure that you have all of your stuff just ready and in order. Okay, so that's another thing. So you've got to have all of your policies. Okay, and then one more thing I just wanted to mention again, another website, du jour. I want to pull du jour up, and I probably should put Neo Commit because NEC. Oh, there we NECOMMIT, because his website is okay. So I have to go back in, but this is another healthcare website. I'm sorry, y'all. These are all the ones that are coming up on the top of my brain. But one more thing I want to talk about are those stock photos. Make sure that you start thinking about how those photos fit directly into the brand that you have established, like the personality of your brands. You can see this is more of a high-end staffing brand. So our photos are more high-end, than you might see in some other places. That goes in line with the logo and the look of the website and the policies. This is another site that we've done. So I just wanted to throw that out there at you. Make sure that your stock photos fall in line. Okay, now let's talk about branding content. Before you say, OD, I'm ready to launch my business, I'm going to be like, okay, what other content have you put together? Do you have your social media posts together? We did a class recently on digital assets and lead magnets, and I showed the staffingpreneurs exactly where to go to get some already pre-established social content that looks really good that you can use for your business. But in the event that you haven't figured that part out, you could always go and start right here in utilizing your canva.com account. Every entrepreneur should have a canva.com account, and I do crazy stuff with my Canva account. But you can go in and you can start to decide as a starting point, how do I want my brand to look and what message do we want to put out there? And so you can do a video post, the Instagram story, Facebook. Choose a platform that you want to focus on. I would say 2 platforms. And I'm going to be honest with you, depending on your niche, I don't know what platforms they're going to be, but the one platform you definitely want to have is YouTube. Okay, because YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. It's the #1 social media platform. People are very video focused. You can see right now, even Instagram is changing their brand. They've outwardly come out and stated that they're a video platform now. Video is everything. And every time you post something on YouTube, you are literally generating content that rolls over right into the #1 search engine, which is Google. And people do Google searches, right, all the time, and that puts you further up the website rank. And people ask, D, what about SEO? This is a great way to generate SEO. So whatever your main platform and YouTube, that's what I would do. So my main platforms that I focus on is typically LinkedIn and YouTube, or it is Facebook and YouTube, right? I'm not much of an Instagram kind of girl, I haven't been in the past. I think this year I might try to tackle Instagram and TikTok a little bit more differently, but YouTube is always going to be my first love because I have literally built my empire just off of YouTube alone for the most part, right? So that's the place that people want to stay away from, but that's really where you get to show who you are. You get to come out and show your true value. And people want to work with people they can feel comfortable with, knowing that, you know, that their brand or their company is in good hands. I feel like YouTube is the perfect platform to be able to utilize that, to be able to show that and to put it out there. That's what's going to make your business, one of the things that's going to set your business apart. So you want to get your social media posts, focus on 1 to 2 platforms, 3 max. I would say 1 to 2, YouTube being a main platform. Make sure that your LinkedIn profile is up to date no matter what, because employers go to your website and your LinkedIn profile first to see if they want to do business with you. So if you're not paying attention to LinkedIn, you are 10 steps behind. And then you've got to start creating the content for your email marketing, right? So when somebody comes to your website, hopefully they're going to be joining your email list, whether it's you're doing a newsletter, which if you are, I hope you're doing something really awesome with it, because newsletters are kind of played out if they're just like randomly out there. So it really should be doing something. But your newsletter, it could be some type of digital asset that you're giving away. But typically when somebody comes to your website, you want to be able to create a welcome email to let them know who you are, what you bring to the table, what they can expect from being, you know, on your email list. You want to have that stuff written out in advance. Also, any email marketing emails that you have based on the strategies. As one more thing I wanted to say, your ATS emails, all the emails that go within your applicant tracking system, you want to write all of those emails out. Those emails are like, thanks for applying, or I'm interested in your resume. Sorry, you're not a fit. Like all of those emails that you're going to need. Apply for, click here to schedule an interview, whatever the case may be. You're going to want to put those email marketing to emails together too for your ATS. If you're doing any blog posts or any video posts, you want to start getting them together. Like you should have a whole little structure that you're putting together. Even if you're looking to outsource it at some time, you still want to be able to have an idea of exactly what type of value you want to share with a potential employer, and what type of value you want to share with a potential candidate, and what you want those topics to be. You don't want to just hire somebody and leave it up to them and they know nothing about the value that you truly bring to your marketplace. That should be something that you should be starting at the bare minimum, if not spearheading it that's why you're doing this in the beginning. That's why you're setting up your business. This is the time to do it. Once the business is up and going, you ain't gonna have time to do it. You know what I'm saying? But in the beginning, you can like really direct the outcome of where you want your traffic to go and how you want them to engage with your brands based on your planning structure and your setup phase. I always tell people you're not fully set up until you're thinking about how you're going to present yourself to the world and how you're planning for the world to perceive you. Your lead magnet content. So whatever your strategies, and we're going to talk about that in the next slide, but whatever strategies you're planning on implementing through your website, I'm sure there's content relating to that. So your lead magnet, your digital asset content, you definitely are going to want to have that content written. If you've got to outsource it and have somebody to write it for you, this is the time to do it. Then also you have your sales sheet and your pricing sheet content. So many of you are out here starting staffing businesses and have nothing to give to an employer and or a candidate in regards to your business. You should, at a minimum, have a sales sheet and a pricing sheet. We literally just did 2 courses on this 2-3 weeks ago, putting together your pricing sheet and putting together your sales sheet. It's on sale right now at recruitmentstore.com if you want to get access to it, so you'll know exactly how you're going to present your information. Your sales sheet and your price sheet are 2 digital documents that you give to an employer when they're asking for, like, tell me a little bit more about your company or what's your pricing or whatever the case may be. You're going to give them your sales sheet and your pricing sheet. And those are typically stored on canva.com so that you can edit them based on the potential client that you're looking to do business with, because you want to keep things really customized and not so much everybody gets the same thing. It just makes it makes people understand that you're looking to specifically service them. Now, let's talk about the website design. So you're going to need hopefully you're going to do a WordPress website. I know some of you like Wix, and I know some of you like Square, and there are lots of other different platforms. And I'm not here to tell you how to do things. I'm here to tell you that WordPress is the norm today. And it just makes it easier because they have all these great little plugins you can throw right on in there to make your website as small or as large as you want. Here in our community, we suggest a WordPress website. And that way you can add your ADA plugin for people with disabilities. You can add your security plugin to keep your site secure. I like to do a duplicate plugin so I can duplicate products and blogs and pages with ease. I like to do a photo resizer so that my website moves very quickly. And don't forget, you have to integrate your applicant tracking system into your website as well. We use Crelate as our ATS. And with Crelate, if you go there, I would go to crelate.com/DEE. And you let them know that you're a staffingpreneur. We take that integration, a little small piece of code, we throw it on the back of the website, and then your job portal shows up where people can apply. So things that you're going to need. Put a thumbs up if this is helpful for you, or a like, or a love, or all of those things. Let me know that this is helpful, because I want to do a lot more of these trainings. I'm hoping that they're going to be helpful for most of you as you all are going through your journey. All right. Now, finally, your website strategy and implementation. This is one thing that I really wanted to talk about, because this is the piece that I feel like people forget. They built this website and it's literally there just to be there. But you want to build your website and incorporate strategies and ways that you can get your candidates and or your clients engaged in your website and actually talking to you and sharing it and engaging with you and all those great things. So my question to you is, what type of strategy are you implementing? Do you have a digital asset that you're giving away? Are you going to utilize a blog or create an opt-in page to gather leads? Are you going to create a podcast or a webinar to show your value and to generate leads? Are you going to provide an e-commerce shop with items that your niche market specifically needs, that they specifically need, and sell those items to get stronger search engine optimization, to get a stronger community from the people that you're looking to do business with? This is how you build a real community, when you have things to sell to them. So are you going to do that? Are you going to offer courses? Do you have your Reskillify account integrated into your website so that you can offer courses to both your clients and your candidates, so that you can continue to show the value that you bring? All of these things that I've listed right here are going to do a few things. They're going to check off almost every piece of this checklist that we had, that every goal that your website should have: generating awareness, keeping your visitors engaged, making your visitors share what they're experiencing, generating leads, and completing sales. When you start to create real strategies for your website, you'll be able to accomplish each and every one of those goals. And now you will start to see that your sales process and your marketing process and your branding process becomes more organic versus forced and or unattended. So today we were talking about how to really put your brand together, get your strategies in order. Does anybody have any questions? I want to open up the door. This was just a really quick presentation. Some of you are going to go out there and you're going to do it on your own. Put your questions in the box. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you may have about any of the slides that we went through. I would definitely love to hear those questions. And then also learn more about some of the things that you are doing with your website and how your website is hitting off every last one of those check boxes. If you are somebody who's like, look, D, I don't know anything about this stuff, and my website does not have half of this stuff, and I need help, feel free to go to recruitmentstore.com and we can help you out. We do tons and tons and tons of websites for staffing agencies all the time, and we'll make sure that you're up. We provide the content writing for you. We provide the design for you and help you with the strategy in some instances, depending on what type of package that you purchase. So please feel free to visit recruitmentstore.com. And I'll just add this in the box at the below. Let me see where you have there. But I want to throw some questions out there. So does anybody have any questions about their web? Does your website look like this? Like, is your website on point? Do you have all of your compliance pieces in order? Are you using the stock photos the way you need to? Do you have content that talks about what's important to your clients and what's important to your candidates? Let's talk about it. I want to talk about it because this is definitely Happy New Year's, Angela. This is definitely something that I see a lot of people really BSing on their brand. Like when they start getting into building out their brand, they're like not really putting forth the love. They're like, oh, it's just my website. But like, that's how people get to know you from the very beginning. Tiffany says, what do you think about my website? How can I improve it? Nurse Go Staffing. Okay, let's go. We built your website, Tiffany. Let's see how you looking over here though. Let's go, Nurse Go. What's the average turnaround time for developing a website? That really depends on you and how much information that you are that you're giving up front. Nurse Go Staffing. Nurse Go Staffing. F-F-F-I-N-G. But I would say typically 3 to 4 weeks, sometimes a little bit longer. Again, it just depends. But just a couple of weeks. Okay, I love bringing the healthcare roles you dreamed about. I like the logo. I like the cleanliness of the website. Switch to a better position. Oh, I like the buttons. These are nice. Maybe we'll put a call to action button here, maybe under but you have enough right here. Request staff, schedule a call. That's pretty cool. You got your terms and policies. Make sure you have your footer. You update your date. That's one thing we have to remind everybody. Update your date to 2022. Okay, that's perfect. You've got all your social. I see you got a TikTok box here, but no TikTok link. So you might want to get your TikTok link up there if you're going to add it. If not, I would have them remove it. I mean, this is a pretty clean site, to be honest with you. I like what I see. Great stock photos, great call to actions. That's what's important. The color scheme is very, very nice. There's an extra bullet point there. I would have them remove that. Let's look at your view jobs. Okay, great. Your jobs is in boxes, but I would have them pull them out versus in boxes. I don't know. I don't like the boxes, but if you love it, that's more than fine. I'm not here to tell you how to change the look on your thing. That's for you. So I'll leave that there. Very, very nice. Got your services. You got your call to actions. Request staff. I'm an employer. I mean, there's no reason to put that unless you're going to put a candidate here. There's no reason to put I am an employer because that's that's the only person that should be coming here. Okay, perfect. And let's look at your contact us page. Yeah, really nice. Really, really nice. Nice, nice, nice. I like it. The question is, do you like it? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. What's the average turnaround time? Okay, I think I answered that. So 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it depends on how much information you're giving to the person that's developing your website. So like when we bring on our website clients, we have them complete a niche overview worksheet. It's kind of like your market strategy sheet. So we know exactly what type of content we need to write on your behalf to both your employers and to your candidates. so that we understand how to present your business. So we need to know about your market, what's important to them, the whole nine. And we give you a sheet, and you fill that sheet out, and then you give it back to us, and then our content writers go in. But that's with anybody that you're dealing with. Before you find your designer, if they don't specifically write content, then you want to go and hire the content writer first. Have them write the content, then go hire the designer, and then have the designer add the content at that point, if that makes sense. So it really just kind of, you want to work from that perspective backwards, you know. No, y'all don't have any questions. I must have had some really good stuff in here. Y'all not asking any questions. Okay, so maybe this was helpful. I hope this was helpful for someone who is thinking about bringing in a new year in the right way with your brand, like upgrading your brand. Not everybody is, not everybody feels like that brand piece is important. But again, people are constantly going to your online brand, whether it's your website or your LinkedIn profile. I had somebody the other day say, I went to such and such social network and you hadn't posted anything in a couple of months. So people are actually even looking at your social posts to see if you're someone of value. And if they're doing that, then you got to make sure that your stuff is on point. That means you got to have things happening within your brand to show your value. So I encourage each and every one of you to take a look at your website. I want you to go in and do, an audit to see if your website, if you have everything that you need that correlates with the brand, to ensure that your brand is being seen properly. Make sure you have those things in there. I want y'all to go to recruitmentstore.com. If you need help with getting your brand set up, we would love to help you. We do it constantly, and we're really, really good at it. I hope you all are enjoying your new year, bringing in right. We are bringing in our first sale of the year at recruitmentstore.com because we want to help all these staffingpreneurs kill it this year. Our staffingpreneurs won so much last year. It was crazy. And I would like to double that this year. I would like us to just go ham this year. So we typically start off the year with a sale at recruitmentstore.com so that you all can have all the things that you need to get your business going up the right way, get the setup training. I hope you all enjoyed this training. We're going to do a lot more trainings. And then we'll be leaving them on reskillify.com for you to go in and check out for free. I hope you all absolutely enjoyed this training today. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe, like, share, comment. I read all comments and respond. If you're on Facebook, thank you. If you're watching the replay, thank you. If you're on LinkedIn, I appreciate you. And I really look forward to seeing you all in the next video. I look forward to seeing y'all in the next video. Bye.